Alright, today we are going to really just hope that we don't play a Bowmasters or Shieldred deck. This is Ominous Seas, a card, well, okay, Ominous Seas is what I'm calling the deck, but it's also the name of the card that this is going to be built around. This one came back all the way back in Ikoria, which is crazy to think that that feels so long ago now. For 2 mana, we get an enchantment that doesn't do anything when it comes out, so already kind of a little iffy. But whenever you draw a card, you get to put a Foreshadow counter onto this thing. And if you remove 8 Foreshadow counters on it, then you can create an 8/8 Blue Kraken creature token. It also cycles for 2 if you want to go that way. So Ominous Sea is a pretty cool card. Obviously never really saw play for the fact that it takes a lot of card draw in order to get going, even though you do get to put a counter on for free during your turn. But for the most part, it is a pretty tough card to use. You know, comes down, doesn't do anything. You got to devote maybe your turn 2 to do it, rather than dealing with an opponent's creature or improving your own board. So hard to make this thing work, but we're going to try today. What we have comboed this thing with is one of the new cards, Proph's Eidetic Memory. On ETB, this is an example of a 2-mana artifact that does actually replace itself when it comes in, so you don't go down in terms of cards. And the idea for this one is that we want to eventually get creatures so that they can get very, very big. The goal in this deck is really to just go like extremely wide and tall with your Ominous Seas creatures. Prophs is not a extremely important card to have in the early game, but we do want to have it. Making some slight adjustments here since we don't actually need 4 copies of Prophs. Another cool one that we get to play in this deck is Ivory Tower, a 1-mana artifact that says at the beginning of your upkeep you gain X life, where X is the number of your cards in hand minus 4. So if we're able to get no maximum hand size with either Proph's Eidetic Memory or Wizard class, then we are going to be super good in terms of having 7 or more cards in hand at any time. That's obviously not the most important thing to have here, and because we have so much card draw in this deck, we will be able to make that happen. So Ivory Tower, hoping that we will be able to gain a bunch of life each turn and then combo off that way, or at least keep us alive until we can kill the opponent with Ominous Seas. In that theme, in order of just keeping ourselves alive, we have Ivory Tower, we have the One Ring, we have Supreme Verdict to wipe the board, and the Wandering Emperor to kind of be Planeswalker control and also be an alternate win con. And then really the rest of the... Swords to Plowshares as well, and Bovine Intervention, a card I haven't played before because it's new. Destroy target artifact or creature. Its controller creates a 2/2 White Ox creature token. This is a very big commander type of effect. There's a green instant that gives your opponent like an elephant or monkey or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but I remember it from playing Commander. With that being said, we still have a bunch of card draw in this deck as the other piece of glue that holds us together. It's going to help us not only find our combo pieces when we're only really playing 3 things that can give us a no max hand size effect, and then also, of course, we're going to be able to find our instants and sorceries that help us A, protect ourselves, and B, control the board. Those cards are going to be Serum Snare, a card that allows us to also proliferate, which is going to help both with Ominous Seas and our 4 copies of the One Ring. We have Union of the Third Path, which helps us with the life gain side of the deck, and we have Contentious Plan, which is also proliferate draw card, so that helps us with both the counters on Ominous Seas and the One Ring, and just making sure that a lot of our cards replace themselves so that we don't go too far into this Ivory Tower limit. With that being said, I think that more or less covers the deck here. We're going to draw some cards, we're going to play a bunch of things that care that we draw cards, and we're hopefully going to be able to win a long game where Ominous Seas gets to go off. Going to be kind of a jank day today here. This is a deck that we could think about playing in Historic, but I'm going to give it a try here today. Let's hop into round 1 and see what this does. If it really just gets bowled over in the first game or 2, we'll do some slight adjustments and bring it to Historic, but this is my timeless version of the deck here. Let's hop into round 1 and see what it can do. Oh, yeah, before we hop into the games, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Helps me out a bunch. And, hoping to hit 500 subs soon. Getting very, very close. Anyway, here comes round 1. Alright, here we go. This is round 1. Opening hand does have the Ominous Seas, which is really what we want to see from this deck. So I am down. Opponent's going to mulligan for 1, and I think our opening hand is going to look like Ominous Seas into hold up Swords to Plowshares or Contentious Plan. Contentious Plan obviously can't be held up because it's a sorcery, but you get what I mean. That'll either be our second or third play, and then we also have the opportunity to do Union of a Third Path potentially. We will see. Delighted Halfling, not Thoughtseize, all seems good, and let's drop this Ominous Seas now. We want to make sure that we play it as the enchantment and don't cycle it. So now we just want to start drawing every card that we can and proliferating. Contentious Plan will probably want to wait till we have the first counter on Omnises, which will happen when we draw for the turn, so we have all of our options available to us here. Hapatra, Vizier of Poison. So whenever you put -1/-1 counters on creatures, you make some tokens. So this is go wide, and then at some point it will also go tall. So I'm not too worried about my life total right now. I think that I eventually do want to do Union of the Third Path. I also eventually want to do the Wandering Emperor. For 5 cards in hand, I think Union of the Third Path will be pretty good. If we wait to play Wandering Emperor and then Union, we'll be down a card essentially, so I think I'm good to just wait and try to gain as much life as I can. This Union of the Third Path essentially is a draw that triggers Omnises and is also going to blank their attack here. We just have to hope that their next couple of plays aren't too insane. We'll reserve the Swords to Plowshares for if we see anything nuts like a Yawgmoth. I think that we are pretty happy to just get going here. So I think we'll probably crack off the Union now. Debating Union or holding up the Wandering Emperor. I think I'd go Union now into Contentious Plan and then hold up Swords. Let's do this. So we gain back 5. Oh, perfect. The Supreme Verdict came at a great time. Well, I think I'll just move to my turn here. We will put another counter on our Omnises, and I do have all the colors that I need. We'll make sure that this is a white, and then we'll just drop a Supreme Verdict here. They should be able to activate Yawgmoth a few times here, but it's not going to ultimately matter. They will be able to draw some cards back, though, which is awkward. Totally fine for me, though, because eventually we will have to... Yeah, they can really only do this so many times. Anyway, let's see how far they want to go with the Yawgmoth loop. Alright, they got a few more instances of this. Hapatra plus Yawgmoth is very, very strong. I mean, that's drawn them like 4 to 5 cards so far. Supreme Verdict did need to come down. Hopefully they are not going to be super refilled here. And yeah, there goes the Supreme Verdict off of Yawgmoth. Bam. So they are back up to a full clutch of cards here. Pretty strong combo there. We're going to give them this Windswept Teeth activation, and we're just going to hope for not another Yawgmoth. Chatterfang. So this is another 1/1 token creation combos. Alright, what do we want to work with here? We can go Serum Snare plus Wizard class, or we can go Contentious Plan plus Wizard class. I think I will play Wizard class first. We're going to proliferate and draw a card. Unfortunately, Wizard class, I can't speak, is not something that can be proliferated like the Saga counter could be. And we do have an extra land, so we could do Serum Snare, and I think I'll probably do that on their Chatterfang whenever they go to make a token next turn. And we are actually almost at the point where we can create our first Ominous Seas token. Let's go. Resolves. Yeah, we'll have him next turn, I believe. Valley of Devastation. Okay. Let's see what they end up choosing here and see what triggers go into the stack. I know that there's Young Wolf is a thing that could happen. It's just going to be another Hapatra here. And so they're just waiting till they can put some combat damage to me. I think that we'd like to Serum Snare away the Chatterfang. And then I want to actually kill the Hapatra, because that's who feeds Yawgmoth the most. Alright. Give us all these counters. Move to our turn here. Alright. So we can draw some cards, I think. And then hold up Swords to Plowshares. Bovine Intervention's pretty sweet. And then we can go another Ominous Seas here, which I'm super psyched about. And here's how we scale. So we have Swords to Plowshares to hold up for whatever it is they're trying to do. And then we can also rest easy knowing that we have Bovine Intervention. And, well, actually, it's just essentially 3 removal spells in this hand. Wandering Emperor is a little bit situational. So they're going Finale for Yawgmoth. Let me read the interaction again. They're going to have the other creature in order to make this work. So I think I'll wait until Yawgmoth hits the battlefield. And before they go to combat, we'll Swords to Plowshares Yawgmoth, not Hapatra. Guess it doesn't really matter. This is protection from humans, right? So yeah, this doesn't really matter at all. We'll exile the Hapatra and then kill the Yawgmoth. Yeah, I suppose they do get to sack the Hapatra, so maybe should have done this before. This actually means that they're going to be less likely to be able to block, and I can just create an Ominous Seas token right now, kill the Yawgmoth, and we have lethal. Alright, cool. So I think they see more or less what's going on here. We have the removal, we have the 8/8, and honestly, we've done what we needed to do here. So I'm pretty surprised and pretty happy that round 1 went as smoothly as it did. Only good coming from here, hopefully. Let's hop into round 2. Alright, here we go, round 2. We have an early Ivory Tower this time. Prophesied Memory is really not a super strong card to have initially, but Ivory Tower plus the One Ring could actually be pretty good. Let's see how this ends up working out for us. We want to start off with being able to curve out here. We're going to try to get this Hollowed Fountain down on the next turn. We will be able to gain a little bit of life here. Opponent will be able to gain a lot of life here, especially with this Hollowed Priest. We're going to probably want to crack off Swords to Plowshares eventually on that. Alrighty, and let's go Hengegate Pathway here. Do I need white? Yeah, I probably want to make sure I have a second white here. We'll go Proft for now. And we have removal now. This is great. This is going to bridge us into our One Ring turn. So I want to probably play Swords plus Serum Snare at some point. Alright, and I think that we will, we have an opportunity to double Swords. We want to make sure that Heliod doesn't get turned on here. So I think we shock. We decide to do a Serum Snare, maybe on the Hollowed Priest. I'm not really sure. I think we just kill a couple creatures, honestly. Yeah, we'll just do all this on their turn, I'd say. Wait to see what the attacks are. We can also Serum Snare something away. Pretty good to feel, pretty good to work with all this Drago control. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So Heliod will not be a creature yet. We'll wait to see what they target with this. They want to make the Soul Warden bigger. So let's kill... So if I exile Lunarch Veteran and then kill Soul Warden, I think we're in a good spot. We'll take a hit from the Hollowed Priest, but then we'll Swords to Plowshares that. So I think I actually want to hold the Bovine Intervention here. We'll go Swords, Exile. And then we can Swords to Plowshares the Soul Warden as well, or should I Bovine Intervention it? I think I'll Bovine Intervention it. Hello. Alright, cool. So we've successfully fizzled 2 of these. I don't care if they put lifelink on the Hollowed Priest, it is what it is. We'll probably just launch off the One Ring here and then hope that that bridges us into something that helps us out. So Serum Snare can proliferate early on my One Ring, which is going to be nice. Little wary of this Hollowed Priest hitting me for 4 every turn though. The One Ring will be solid enough. We just got to find one of these board wipes, honestly. Not going to be it here. We do need to get our One Ring out. I'm going to start off with a draw. Find a land. Okay. Ooh, a Johnny is pretty tough here. Yeah, we really need to wipe the board. They are very, very close to being able to exile all my stuff here. I will need to find a board wipe in like just a few instances. So let's go ahead and let the One Ring resolve first. I'm going to hold full control here, resolve the One Ring, and then before this resolves, draw our 2 cards. And let's do this. And then I can re-Serum Snare at some point, which is good. We have another land here, but I'm probably just going to crack off this secondary One Ring. Let's go... Well, we are a little bit... We're in a bit of a pinch here with this Ajani. I think I need to Swords to Plowshares the Heliod. That is a very clear and present danger. If I were to do that, then I'm looking at a pretty gnarly next turn in terms of my life total. I could fly close to the sun doing Ominous Seas, Swords to Plowshares, and Serum Snare. And then I'd take something close to 9. Okay, I think I like that. So we do play land, we go Ominous Seas as the thing. We Swords to Plowshares the Heliod. Then we hold Serum Snare next. Oh god, I forgot the Johnny's Pridemates get bigger because of Swords to Plowshares. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to hold Serum Snare here until their combat. We've taken 9 here. We're going to go down to 7 with the One Ring. That's a little tough. Thank god the Ajani's Planeswalker can't 0 right now. Johnny's Pridemate, you got it, you got it. Pretty gnarly, so we're going to Serum Snare away that thing. Otherwise we'd be dead. I'm going to put another counter on the One Ring. I would like to not choose those, which I don't think are selected by default. Perfect. And then we take a big hit here. And we do have a One Ring to work with. They can recast this Hollowed Priest and then get to their 35. I actually didn't decide to do that yet. Surprise. I think now they cast it. There we go. And alright, well, we have to find our thing here. I'm going to hold full control again. We want to make sure that we lose our life first. Resolve this one, draw with the One Ring, go back up a little bit. And we didn't find what we need, unfortunately. I think I might just need to bounce my One Ring. Gain some life here. We're up to 5. And if I play One Ring now... Well, okay, let's draw first. Union of the Third Path is not terrible. I'm a little close to being able to Union plus the One Ring. Yeah. The problem is Ajani can do his thing. We can Serum Snare. We can Serum Snare Ajani away, play the One Ring, so that means that I have to shock in my Hollowed Fountain, go to 3. We will need to Union on our own upkeep. And so the next turn that I need to make, what does this look like? It is the One Ring Legend rule, so that we don't die. Yes. We'll keep the one with no counters, gain protection, and then in their upkeep go Serum Snare. Seems good. Alright, Serum Snare, get rid of that thing. Let's One Ring now, so that I can proliferate it. We'll go to 1 on our next turn. Cool. We will proliferate... Oh wait, no, this doesn't matter because they just plus anyway. Okay, it's fine. Alright, so they just do that again, they wipe my stuff, and then we are left again without our backup One Ring here. Okay, so that was really awkward. Oh, they didn't do it, thank God. Okay, there's still a chance that we don't die here. Alright, then they don't need to attack here. We are doing our little thing here, holding full control, so to make sure that we lose our 1 life here, we're going to then draw some cards. We have our own Wandering Emperor. Now we can make an 8/8. Union of the Third Path is just card neutral, so that's fine. We'll let this happen. And now we have to think about how we don't have a way to survive here. We need a board wipe. It'll need to be Union of the Third Path after this draw. Move to our main. So we have to basically find a way to hit our board wipe. I can either try Proft or Union of the Third Path. Union of the Third Path also gives me life here, so it's going to have to be this one right here. Let's see what it is. Resolve. Swords to Plowshares is not quite it. We can gain 8 life, though. So now how do I spend 3 mana? I think I go Ominous Seas. Wizard class. And then we will end turn here, and then we'll try to do some combat shenanigans, assuming that they don't activate their Ajani. Because, I mean, if they activate their Ajani, I'm just dead. Sure. Lots of triggers here. Kind of just hinges on what they decide to click here. I see that they see what's going on. Yep. Goodbye permanents. I believe they are gone. Alright, cool. So that's unfortunate. We're going to do the best that we can do here, and Swords to Plowshares are Kraken. I actually don't know if this allows me to survive. And I have to read what he actually says. This is each artifact and creature. Okay. So after this attack, do we survive? 14, 18, 19, 20, 23. Yeah, no, we're dead. Okay. Oh, we actually came pretty close. I'm not unhappy with the way that we played this one. We have maybe a need to add 1 or 2 more board wipes to the deck, but otherwise, you know, with the amount of cards that we drew, I don't think that I feel that unhappy about not finding it. That's just kind of a variance thing. So we'll move forward with this. I think that we definitely have a reason to stay in Timeless. I think this deck can hold. You can see that Ominous Seas once down is just so much value if left unchecked. Anyway, here comes round 3. Alrighty, here we go. This is round 3. Hey, they're those Supreme Verdicts that I needed last game. I think other than that, I'm not really happy with this hand. I'm going to mulligan it against what potentially is my better judgment. Here, we're not looking too bad. I'll get rid of an Ivory Tower here, and we'll just play slow. We will start with a Meticulous Archive. No. I mean, we're going to be at 4 cards anyway, so it's like, why really bother with Ivory Tower? Yeah, I think we'll not bother. I think we do want to land. And I think that we'll play and hopefully use our Supreme Verdict. Seeing Gruul here, that's always a good sign. Arboreal Grazer, what are we playing? This could be lands. I think that seeing an Arboreal Grazer turn 1 is indicative of lands. Colony Garden, yep, definitely expecting Natural Order here. Let's do this, get a Proft out. Draw one of those cards. A One Ring School. So Supreme Verdict's going to be super huge here. Alrighty. Looking for that 3rd out of 4 lands. And yeah, we're getting hit for exactly 0. No, they're not bothering to attack. Smart move. Okay, so we now have a Swords to Plowshares when we need it. We're going to do Deserted Beach because that is freer to play than the rest of the stuff. It's going to be Ivory Tower for me. And Swords to Plowshares in case they decide to get the Primetime out. We want to at least block the Spelunking thing where they're able to give it haste. Obviously, Spelunking doesn't appear to be on the field right now, so that's not really something I need to worry about. But, I mean, obviously we're about to get Natural Ordered here. Just assemble the team. Alright. Could be worse. There is the Spelunking, so I'm actually pretty happy that I held onto the Swords to Plowshares. Alright. And it is merely a gate. I am probably just going to wipe the board here preemptively ahead of this natural order. Alright. So we'll need to do two things if I want to make this work. I am open to one-drop Arboreal Grazer into natural order into get an attack in. That would be absolutely ruining for me. They do get a 2/2 here. Not happy to see that. Oh, man, and it is just Primeval Titan from hand. Darn. So they can give it haste here if they have Hand War. Oh, Hand War's already on the battlefield. Alright, well, looks like we've officially stuffed it here. That sucks. Best thing I can do is find another board wipe. Alright, that's going to be 4 field with the dead triggers, and we are looking like we're not in good business here. Hand War for Primeval Titan, we get hit for 6, get 2 more field of the deads out, and they are off to the races for another 8 times 2 power. Maybe they don't play 4 field of the deads, because I think that it's a very easy... okay, I guess Bajuka Bog does make sense. They want to avoid me putting this back on top of my library, sure. Alright, well, that does about nothing for me right now. We are going to put this on white. Swords to Plowshares their Primeval Titan so this doesn't happen again, and hope that we draw something with the One Ring. Let's draw a card, see what we get. Top of the deck is not going to be nice to us, so we have about a turn here to draw into an answer. Once upon a time, looking for Primeval Titan again. Can they find it? Cavern of Souls. Alright, we don't play counter spells, but I can understand why they chose that. There is Giant. Uncounterable Primeval Titans are online. They've got 22 power on board. Gates Manorborn, going for that natural order. I don't believe they have a green creature to sacrifice. I take it if it went into their hand, it was probably natural order. Alright, we got 3 looks at a board wipe here. Actually, a board wipe or another One Ring would both work. Alright, didn't find it off the top. Here's the One Ring activation, and let's see if we get lucky. No such luck. We have one more look at it through our Meticulous Archive. And just a land, so unfortunate. So we can look one more time just to see if we would have had it here with Union. As we go up to 17 damage, which is just not going to be enough. Alright, opponent's going to have us here. Prime time. Too quick for us. We did get lucky with this board wipe here. I was a little bit too worried, I think, about the natural order threat. And probably played it a turn sooner than I really needed to. I think it would have had a bit more utility this turn. But it is what it is. I think we've played not terribly. The things that we needed to play didn't really turn up, and unfortunately that's how it goes. So opponent's going to search out, I guess, another prime time here and absolutely send us to the Shadow Realm. Okay, Creator of Behemoth works too. That is going to be a little over 100 damage, I believe. No, closer to 200 actually. Hell yeah. Big win. Oh, it's actually going to be like 230. No, never mind, negative 190. I was right the first time. Alright, round 3 in the bag. Took a massive beating with primetime lands. But, you know, it's a pretty strong deck in the format, so going to expect that here and there from the decks. Yeah, here comes round 4. See you there. Alright, the games have been pretty good so far. We just need to hold on a little bit longer. And this Ominous Seas looks pretty good. I am kind of interested in this. Now, we are holding on to exactly one piece of removal right now, and oh my god, it's somehow a mirror match. I didn't know anyone else played decks like this. Alright, well, let's show them, not necessarily Reliquary Tower, but we can show them another Ivory Tower. They might be playing the Towers Tribal deck, we will see. But I guess it's probably going to be something along the lines of card draw. Evolving Wilds, are we playing a commander deck here? I feel like I don't ever see that card in Timeless. Well, let's show them what we're truly up to. This is Ominous Seas. Next turn we get to go Wizard class and another Ominous Seas. And then we really just start to get going. We have our payoff. They are still setting up. I think this seems good for me. Alright, let's drop a second blue here. Go Wizard class to check for counter magic. Didn't seem to have any. Here's another Ominous Seas. Oh yeah, we're online. This is great. Alright, we have removal. We have a second Ivory Tower. And we have Union of the Third Path. I love what I'm seeing. Alright. Draw. I think the best use of finding another land here is going to be going Wizard class plus. Draw 2 cards. Did not actually find it, sadly. But we get a lot of Ominous Seas triggers. Let's get there. 3 and 4, both almost halfway. Oh, they are stuck on lands. Well, let's gain some life. Looking for a land. Do they play counter magic? What are we looking at here? I think this is supposed to be a permission deck. Got it. So Test of Talents, they're going to check everything. We just need to make sure that we dodge Teferis, essentially. So we'll have Ominous Seas here, and that'll be A, a good threat, and then B, a really good thing to crack on their end step when they have like a Teferi or something, so that they can be attacked down the following turn. Alright, so they take 3 of those away. They've seen our deck. What are we going to do here? If we draw land, we are in a good situation. This really can only be Spell Pierce now. I think we definitely play into it here. If this one ring sticks, I think it's going to be just about over. Alright, we'll go ahead and pass. I want to draw on their end step. And we should be able to crank out an Octopus next turn, or a Kraken rather. They're stuck on 2 lands. It is tough here. Their Ivory Towers are going off. Let's draw a card. Alright, finally found that land we were looking for. That's been pretty difficult to find. Let's lose our life first. Boom, boom. Alrighty. And yeah, that's a lot of lands. Let's get here. So we represent 16 damage next turn. They'll have to find removal. I think that Wizard class is about to start being really good for us. I could go Ivory Tower in to hold up Wandering Emperor, or I think I'll just go ahead and plus this now. Like, we can afford to take a turn just setting up our payoffs. Now they gotta destroy enchantments if they really want to stop us. Alright, so we can create creatures. Oh my god, they have 4 Ivory Towers. What is going on? Alright, let's make 2 creatures. Here we go. And then again, we are waiting for these to go into the stack here. I completely forgot to reorder those before I hit full control, so we're just going to go ahead and do it like this. Lots of triggers here. Let's make this guy bigger. Yep. Let's make this guy bigger. Make that guy bigger. Resolve all. Boom, boom. Should stop holding full control here. Alright, cool. Here we go. So we're at 30. Get to make all these guys big. And here's Proph's Eidetic Memory, which is awesome. That's going to be amazing for us right now. Trigger. And Meticulous Archive, I think, is going to be our surveil target for right now. Do we need another land? We have 3 in hand, so don't want it. And then we have another Ominous Seas. Cool. We are absolutely set up here. We're going to hit in for 20. 20 plus 4, that is, because we drew 4 cards this turn. And yeah, on their next step, we get to do it all again, which is sweet. We'll end turn. Do I want to play another Ivory Tower, or do I want to have a Swords of Plowshares? You know, they have a bunch of Ivory Towers. Let's put a bunch of Ivory Towers out for me, too. If they play an annoying creature and I would have been good to hold this Swords of Plowshares, it is what it is. Alright, cool. So we get to move to our turn here. We are going to make sure to actually order this correctly this turn. Resolves. Draw some cards. Here we go. An opponent doesn't want any more of the smoke. We should have been able to get to 32 that round. So really unfortunate that my opponent drew through so many cards just to only end up with 3 lands. It is what it is. Great round 4 for us. We had pretty much everything on the battlefield that our deck wanted to do, so that felt so much fun to actually pull off. 5th and final round coming up. Stick with me here, and we'll finish out with one more great game. Here we go. Alright, somehow I realized that I just queued into a game of non-ranked. It was kind of wild. We played against literally the mono black color challenge deck. Opponent's taken 2 mulligans here. I am inclined to keep on the strength of Swords to Plowshares into an eventual Supreme Verdict. I think I'm probably just going to tap my Hollowed Fountain first. No Ragavan off the rip. Could still be a Ragavan off the rip. I'd be sad if it was. Dark Ritual into the One Ring or Shieldred? Oh, into Karn. Hello. Oh, what does Karn get? Are we getting Liquid Metal Coating right off the bat? Yes, we are. That's unfortunate. Well, at least we do have Ominous Seas here, which we'll be able to sit on the battlefield as we get our coating just absolutely ruined. I don't know if I can do anything about this Karn Liquid Metal Coating lock until Ominous Seas decides to go off. Interesting. I am actually in a situation where I wonder if it's even worth it to play lands at this point. I think maybe we just hold on to 0 lands and see if getting Ominous Seas out to take care of Karn is a viable strategy. Yep, there goes our last land. So sad, goodbye. Alright. And yeah, we're just going to continue on over here. They do actually have a creature here. I think I am interested in Wizard class here, because this gives me no hand size, and eventually, once my Ominous Seas ticks up, I'll be able to play the game. Hopefully, we'll see. There's my Mox Amber going to waste. Meticulous Archive, don't care. We're just leaving all this stuff. It is going to be Drago Gamer gameplay. When I eventually get to start playing lands again, I'm going to go Swords to Plowshares. I wonder what they're going to get here. That Karn minus is going to be kind of tough. Thran Temporal Gateway, uh-oh. Alright, so suddenly this Ominous Seas doesn't seem like so good of a strategy. We have the opportunity to Swords to Plowshare something, though. So maybe that'll be fine. I mean, they're kind of on top deck mode, but they can get something nuts out of the sideboard with Karn. I think that we're pretty much just dead here. Pretty quick for them. They're going to find 5 mana a turn here with Chromatic Orrery. Nice. So that's 5, 6, 7 mana they get to work with. Don't think my Ominous Seas is going to be able to turn the tide here. Somehow we're still not dead. We just are going to continue to pass through a turn and do nothing. So the Karn lock, so far they haven't found any payoffs out of the sideboard, which is good. Ah, hard-cast Omniscience. I think we can go ahead and kick back here, saying that this is probably about the end. It's Emrakul. Luckily, opponent can literally not do anything with my hand other than Swords to Plowshare as one of their creatures. So I'm feeling pretty solid about this. Mind's Desire, oh my gosh, what is this deck? I mean, out of things to die to, this is certainly one heck of a deck. They have Channel Omniscience, Leyline of the Guild Pact now, Grizzlebrand, oh my lord. Alright, so functionally we're dead here. They just Grizzlebrand away everything. They can pay for whatever activated abilities they want. So that is Thran Temporal Gateway again if they really want to. Only thing that's limiting them is the loss of life. One with the Multiverse, Kozilek, Professor Onyx. I mean, send it. Professor Onyx plus another Mind's Desire is going to probably seal the game. Tendril's also probably a thing. I see Beseech the Mirror in the deck. Am I able to read all these before they make their choices? Tybalt's Trickery I saw for a second. What is this absolute nutty 5-color deck here? Pretty crazy. I think they really just did hinge around getting this Karn down. We might be seeing their best possible game out of this deck. Like, if they don't get a turn 2 Karn, what do they do before turn 4? I don't really think they do anything other than Sanctum Weavers before turn 4. Alright, there go my 2 permanents. We are for sure dead now. Alright, well, I'm going to let opponent execute this one out. Thank you guys for sticking around. Oh, mic just cut out. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck. It was a really blast playing this one. I had a lot of fun trying to make Ominous Seas work. Glad that we got a few games for it to actually pop off. And yeah, you know, card draw is not necessarily a dead strategy as long as you dodge the Bowmasters and card hate decks. Obviously, that's not like a legit strategy or anything. It is what it is. Tybalt's Trickery. Oh, this is a Tybalt's Trickery deck. Okay, now I know what's going on. The good old Tybalt's Trickery combo. What a fun deck. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Helps me out with the YouTube stuff. Trying to hit 500 subs here by the end of the month, so hopefully that can happen. That being said, we are dead now, so I will stop yapping, and I will see you in the next one.